Hey, I'd been thinking about something and I just wanted to share it with you today. I hope that maybe I can get a little point across to you. I mentioned one time, and of course, I've been talking a lot lately about Easter and how that, of course, the whole world is talking about this virus deal. But we here in America are hearing the word Easter a whole lot now, it seems like. And it seemed like I started feeling like maybe that would be a turning point. And I'm sure hoping so, and I'm praying for it. And I'm praying that if it hasn't peaked by then, maybe it will peak Easter and or by that weekend and just start going down drastically after that. Uh, but the thought I had was actually about a movie and two movies. And you can probably tell if you looked at the thumbnail or noticed my thumbnail what those two movies are. They're two of the movies that I've mentioned before, I think on a separate video, as two of my favorites of all time. One is Rocky, and the other is the Ten Commandments. And I'm talking about the older version, the Charlton Heston version. And I believe that's my favorite of all of, there's different versions, I guess, but that's my favorite. I really believe that DeMille was, I really believe God put that upon him when he made that video or movie because it is so touching and you can feel the power of God all the way through it. And but I was thinking about how these movies correlate. I know right now you're probably thinking, what? Rocky and the Ten Commandments? How does Rocky and the Ten Commandments correlate? Well, I'm going to tell you. What do you normally feel like when you watch Rocky? You feel inspired. You feel like you're going to get up and go run. You feel like you're going to push the sweets away from the table. You feel like you can get in shape. You feel like you just feel like you're inspired. What do you feel like when you watch the Ten Commandments if you've ever watched them? You feel inspired. You feel like I can have a relationship with God like that. You see Moses and how Moses talks with God and God talks with Moses. You see how mighty God was and the things that God did in that day and hour. And you think, man, I could do that too. So I thought, Rocky inspires you to get in shape physically. And the Ten Commandments inspires you to get in shape spiritually. Think about that. Now I know, the reason why I'm mentioning that movie, as I said, is we're coming close to Easter. And usually it's broadcast on TV around that time. So, I even commented on Twitter yesterday. I made a tweet and I said, I just wonder, it would be so nice if you could get all of America the night before Easter to tune in and watch the Ten Commandments. Feel the power of God, of what God would be doing for his people. And then Sunday morning when we get up, see everything begin to change. See everything the virus begin to take a decline, begin to go back. It can happen. It can happen. So, I think we just need to pray and we need to believe and we need to remember that God is in control. And as I said, you look at Rocky and you look at the Ten Commandments. Let it inspire you to build on your relationship with God right now. Because as God is working and as God does this thing, I'll say, it's going to open a lot of eyes and a lot of people can be won to Christ through this. So be receptive. Let God work through you. And whenever God does this, if it's Easter and we start to see a drop, or if it's tomorrow and we start to see a drop, it's going to happen. And when it does, you be the light that shines out. And let's let people know, hey, that's our God that done that. That's our God that's doing this. Now I realize today that a lot of people were not able to get out and go to church right now. And I know a lot of you are stuck in your homes. So we want to try to say something here that would help you maybe. So like and subscribe to this channel. And the more likes I get, the more subscribers I get, and the more views. It just helps YouTube to promote my channel. So that's what I want is I just want people to be able to come here and to feel like, hey, I can hear a little something about God. You don't have to sit down for an hour and listen to something that comes up or me talk about things for 20 minutes and then say a verse. I'm just going to try to get right to the point and talk about God. And maybe I can help you, and, we can begin to see this thing turn. Because I don't know about you. Well, yeah, I do. I know you feel like me. You want to see your country get well. You want to see your country healed. You want to see people feel better. You want to see people feel better physically. You want to see people feel better spiritually. You want to see people feel better financially, going back to work, our economy start working again. And you think about, as I said, the Ten Commandments. You think about the Passover. You think about what he did for the Israelites when they left the land of Egypt and Pharaoh pursued. Right after the Passover, what came? The Red Sea and victory. So maybe we can see that again. Let's just believe in God. Let's just believe in God. Now I'm going to put a link in the description box below to the trailer for the Ten Commandments. And if you've never seen it, just watch it. And I watched just a little clip today, and I tell you what, I could get goosebumps just feeling, and it was the little clip, I think, of where Moses was at the burning bush. So we're going to put a link in the description box below and check it out, and just pray and remember, hey, that God's my God. That God can do this in this day and time, because God is listening to his people. So, listen to those that's telling you the wise things to do, and take care, and we can get through this. We will get through this, because God's got it. God's in control. So like and subscribe, share this, please, and maybe we'll get more people in here, watching. And follow us on Twitter, God, Country, and You, and tune in, and we'll catch you on the next video where we'd like to start our new series. We'll see you then. Thank you.